I think that's. It was pretty cool for it. And the news seems to be all the time fighting like that. Just watching. Are we ready?
I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Are we going live or are we not doing live tonight?
Everything's live, a little late breaking.
Huh? All right, well, fair enough. It's 5:01. We will go ahead and call this meeting to order. 5:01. Okay, so let's someone lead us in a pledge and a prayer.
Father God, we thank you for this time and opportunity to come here as community members, Lord God, and discuss business matters for this local fire department, Lord God. Father, we ask that you be here in our presence, Lord, and I pray that all the business that we do here tonight will be done in a Christ-like manner. For it's in his name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Coach. All right, a little bit, rules of conduct, just, public comments shall be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. And, when you're speaking, make sure that you stay on topic. If you're not on topic, you'll be asked to stop. All right, let's do a roll call. Mr. Ricks,
Here.
Mr. Casanate.
Here.
Mr. Baptiste.
Here.
Mr. Ricks. Got him twice. Mr. Jacks.
Here. I'm here.
And myself. So we have a quorum. I recognize that we got Chief Geisler here and Chief May. With TMI, Mark Wininski, Mr. Danenhauer, and Ms. Rosa from Hearts on Fire, and a large group, and a very fine dressed fireman in a brand new shirt. All right, a couple of things for tonight. It's a little bit of housekeeping to get started. Ms. Teresa is not here tonight. And so when we're working resolutions, when we somebody offers a resolution, please state your name and that you're offering up. And if you're going to second it, the motion, please state your name. She's not here. And if that doesn't occur and we don't write it down, and it makes her life miserable.
Right.
Okay. The other thing we've got, I'd like to amend the agenda tonight. And under new business, I would like to add an item, board to consider application for financial assistance. Okay, so what that is, you know, we got these applications, people can apply for assistance. And we've gotten one back and it finally has enough information for us to do something with. So I'd like to amend it now. The rules, as I understand them, it has to be a unanimous vote for that to occur. So I'd like to have a motion to accept the new business for the board to consider the financial assistance.
Mike Ricks, I'll make the motion to accept.
And do we have a second?
I'll second it.
That was Mr. Leo. Okay, any further discussion on it? All in favor? Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion's carried, so we'll add that to the agenda. All right, then under approval of the minutes, we have some options. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes to approve. We could either do these individually, or we could have a motion to accept all the minutes at one time. I'll entertain either.
I'll make the motion to accept all at one time.
And that was Mr. Ricks.
Mike Ricks, yes.
Do I have a second?
Okay, second.
Okay, so we have a second. So all in favor?
Mr. Chairman, I would just read the dates of each minute, so.
Yeah, that's fine. I got them. The meeting, so we have a regular meeting that is May 13th, was that when that occurred. Then we had some special bond meetings. The first special bond meeting was May 21st. The second bond meeting was May 27th. And the third meeting was the 29th. that was associated with the bond, but the purpose of that meeting was to open an account to deposit the bond. Okay? So we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion on those minutes? Okay, I hear none, so let's vote. All in favor of accepting 1, 2, 3, all four, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. Next up is going to be the employee recognition. Chief, it's all for you.
I appreciate it. We have a few, people that will recognize real quick, and then we have one, confirmation we'll recognize as well. So anniversaries, Lance Lopez has been here for 7 years, part-time. Darnell Robinson, 1 year, part-time. Justin Steele, 8 years, and these are all as of May, by the way.
Congratulations.
8 years, Steele has tolerated us. Brent Thompson has made 1 year already, believe it or not. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. And I did want to recognize another employee too, real quick. Daniel Fortune was a part-time employee with us. He did about a year. He's also full-time in District 8. And unfortunately, last week he passed away. So I did want to recognize his years of service here as part-time for a year, and as well as his years of service full-time in District 8 in Abita. So it's been a rough week for us, and certainly we keep his family close in our prayers. And we'll be celebrating him this Saturday at his funeral services.
That's the services.
Yes, yes. New hires, we hired, 1 full-time new hire and 6 part-time new hires as well. This is just a summary. Yeah, so just a summary, firefighter, part-time operator medics, 3, 2, operator EMTs, and 1 who is just an EMT. And then we have Jaden. Jaden is not here today, but he will be graduating from the Pearl River Recruit Academy. That is Friday at 6 o'clock in Pearl River. We do have a copy of that invite on that dry erase board if anybody's interested. So Jaden Witzel is a brand new employee who's going to be graduating this Friday night. So everybody is welcome to attend. I know his mom is extra excited about his graduation coming up. And then finally, we have a employee who is making his confirmation, his 1-year confirmation. So we would like to welcome and introduce Jason Legendre. I hope I said that right. Is that right? How do we say it? See, everything's trying to be difficult. It's got to be difficult, Lejon. So we're gonna welcome him. We're going to welcome his family, his wife, and they're gonna formally pin his badge, and we have one more small token of appreciation that we'll give him as well. So we'll welcome Jason up behind the Board of Commissioners, and we'll present y'all with your badge. And let her stab you in the chest.
Congratulations.
You did make the 3 holes? Okay. Congratulations. We'll turn that over. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We have one more little thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're starting, so everybody who has been confirmed will get one of these at some point. But we did want to start this tradition where once they get confirmed, they get upgraded to a nice fancy new helmet. So we will present him, he'll be the first person to receive a traditional helmet. We're trying to switch it over to our main employee, so we'll present this to you as well.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's nice.
His speech. I appreciate it. Congratulations. Welcome to the board. And I believe, Commissioner Hall, I think that's all I have for employee recognition.
Yeah.
Well, those letter. Was that the leather?
No, it's not. Those,
The
that
leather was a heavy,
that would break our bank if we went there.
and they're awful heavy.
That was going by the wayside.
So is that it, Chief?
That is, I think that's all my employee recognition for today.
All right, so we're gonna turn it over to Mr. Raymond now.
Okay. Start with the operating account. We start off a previous balance of $634,179.48. With an average balance of $633,267.91. We have 67 credit, that's $522,919.69. 64 debits, that's $563,569.42. And service charge, $200, and interest paid, $1,456.10, with an ending balance of $594,788.85. And that's the operating account. And we have a cash balance. The cash balance from Whitney is $587.83.38, with the sinking fund, $1,532.27.71. And the Whitney money market, $1,024,096.33. And with the treasury bill, $1,250,700.68, with saving total of $2,863,408.10. And that concluded my report.
That didn't include what we just recently put in there from the bond.
No,
Yeah, okay.
well, the bond,
Yeah, I think, I don't think it's, it was 1,305,000. And I don't think we paid anything out of it yet. Do you know if, the municipal advisor or,
You should receive an
Grant-
invoice from
Grant.
James.
Yeah.
That would include.
I don't know that, I haven't seen it.
May have gotten one already, I believe.
Okay. All right, so whatever we got in bond has been moved over and it's still all there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions concerning the treasurer's report? So I'd like to get a motion to approve the treasurer's report, please. Okay, and we have a second?
Mike Ricks will second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. We have any discussion? I hear none, so let's vote. All in favor of accepting the treasurer's report, say aye. Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. Chief, back to you.
Oh, so soon. All right, May totals, 146 total call volume for the month of May, 135 of those were med unit responses. 847 year-to-date calls. With our ALS units, we had a 99.46% coverage for both med units. And then 99.32% of all coverage for the entire fire district. And Mark did that math too, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So that's a plus. It's a plus and minus. He's been carrying me through the last 2 weeks. I appreciate it. Mutual aid receipt, fire district number 4 for a structure fire we had last Saturday. Our guys did a tremendous stop on that fire, by the way. Paul, Dustin, I don't believe anybody else, but that crew that was there on Saturday did a tremendous stop on that fire, no injuries. So very proud of them, but District 4 did come help do a little bit of mop up and some overhaul.
As I recall, that was a very hot day.
It was a very hot morning and those firemen were a little whooped at the end, so we did get a little bit of help from District 4 for that. And then Acadian, we requested them on a call after that fire. Our guys were still getting cleaned up, so Katie did assist with a medical call after that. We gave 6 mutual aid calls. We gave to 4 to District 7 were fire related. 1 fire District 7 for medical, and then 1 for fire District 1 medical. Just a reminder, we are covering a portion of District 7's area due to that bridge construction. We have also taken on a small portion of District 4's area to the west. They're doing a refurb, a remodel on that station closest to us. And so we've offered to extend our boundary probably about a half mile past where we normally stay. So we could see a slight uptick on
Yeah,
the west side.
about Pew Road.
Yeah, so we're going to about Pew Road as far west. So we'll first respond, and of course, any other apparatus that they need or request we will provide that service for them. They will do it for us, and that's what we do for our friends at the other fire departments. And I think that concludes my fire chief's report.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Mark, you have-
I'm sorry.
The training, the kind topic was transitional fire attacks. The drill tile was postponed this month due to the weather. We had 3 that started the EMT class at Goodby. That'll run through August. Next week, CJ is is attending live fire instructor. And Dustin will be attending incident safety officer. And then the only event for last month was the farmer's market, where our tent set up all the fire prevention material, which 20 minutes later we got the fire. Patrick held it down. It was pretty good. I think Marshall showed up for a little bit.
Cool.
So,
So you got?
Yep.
I do have something for you, Mark, is that at our last meeting, at the last regular board meeting, you were going to look into the status of a study that was being done that was going to do a comparison of fire departments.
Yes.
Do you have anything you could report on that?
yeah, so after reaching out, did a little research, found out that was the topic. It was supposed to go to a college student to take on that project and then give us feedback as time went on. So after reaching out to our employees, Jamie Henderson had took the initiative to lead the committee and continue this project, get it back going.
Wonderful. So it's back on track.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. That's good.
Yeah. If I could, just to add, I want to brag on Jamie just a little bit real quick. She, has taken on some of that, public education stuff as far as EMS and medical, first responder, CPR classes, the stuff that we talked to, the initiatives that I'd like to, put in place as far as public outreach. So she has taken that bull by the horn, and she's already getting some of us trained as far as CPR trainers. And as early as today, I had somebody come in, a school bus driver, looking for CPR classes. And we were able, she is not here today.
Gotcha.
But I did want to give her some recognition because she's taken that project, and again, she's getting some of us certified to be able to do that instruction. We have the CPR dummies and the equipment available. We just purchased the videos that go along with the training. And so I really appreciate her for taking on that initiative.
Excellent. All right. Any questions for the chiefs?
No.
Adam, you look like you got a question, Charlie.
Not at all. Not today.
All right, so if nobody has anything else for the chief, we'll move on. And so Hearts on Fire.
Really don't have much. We've just been talking, getting some community events coming up for August. Cool. We'll probably be doing the back to school bash and little things like that.
It's like a big event here.
I've reached out, so we'll be doing that.
Memory serves me right, they service about 700 kids, giving them all the school supplies they need to go back.
Correct.
They even get shoes and
Yes.
haircuts.
Correct.
Yeah,
It's a 2-day event.
Yeah, it is. That's
It's
right.
a 2-day event.
That's big. That's great. Is there anything that the board could do to help with Hearts on Fire?
I don't think it's.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Rhoda? All right, so that brings us into old business, and one of the first things we have on the old business is strategic planning. Really, the hot topic there on strategic planning is the capital projects. And more specifically, it's not news, but I'll read it out anyway, that they did secure the bond of 1.305. We have a total that we could pull is 3 million, so that allows us another 1.695 that if we need to in the future, that to go towards the capital projects along with other ways to get those projects in. So we're looking, pretty good. Only thing, the ability to secure these funds only expires when our current millage expires. But if you get less, bargaining power the longer you get, right? So to that, Chief, I know you guys met today, the apparatus committee. Could you just kind of give us a little bit of background on it?
Yeah, real quick, we met a couple of times in the last several weeks to meet with a couple of companies regarding apparatus. Today we met to discuss, and our ultimate goal was to come up with a company that we were really excited to work with, and we decided to work with US Fire Pumps, who are outside of they're out of Holden, right here in Holden, Louisiana. So we decided after meeting with Dakota, their sales rep, that we would like to continue business with them. And so we are scheduling meetings as soon as next week to actually go to their facility and to start looking at specs as far as the apparatus that we would like to see. To me, and I think the committee agrees that we need apparatus fairly quick. And so with their turnaround, they're at about 6 months. Other companies are 14, 16 months plus. And so I think having had 2 units out of service in the last couple of weeks, it's really priority that we get something new. We can get it fairly quick. So we did decide to go with that company. And so next week we'll get together and work on touring the facility and talking about the bells and whistles and everything else that come with these trucks.
Excellent, thank you. When you're talking to US Fire, get the particulars on when the payment is going to be required. The only reason I'm asking is that I did find out that it is legal to go ahead and put this bond money into some sort of an investment account. It's limited to what you can put it in, but CDs and treasury bills are there. If it's going to be 6 months before we have to pay anything out of that money, it might serve us better to go ahead and put that into some sort of a treasury bill. It's my understanding that the only thing we'll have to do is get a letter from our municipal advisor, give that to Whitney, and we'll be able to move some of that money and try to get a little, earn a little bit of extra money off of it. Yeah. So just do that for me, whenever you figure out when you need to cut them a check.
Sounds good.
Thank you, though, getting that done. And so we're within a month of ordering it?
I would say that's fair.
Yeah.
Perfect. So 6 months of right around first of the year, January, February.
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas.
That'd be a nice Christmas, right?
It is. All right. Next on the old business is just a record keeping, and it's for resolution 2026-017, and that was when we approved the fire chief's evaluations. And so we just need to read it into the record. We've already got the resolutions, and we'll get them signed. So I'll need a motion to accept resolution 2026-17.
I'll make a motion we accept.
And that
2026-17.
And that was Mr. Raymond. And could we get a second? Any discussion? Let's vote. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? I hear none, so that motion carries. The next one up, the bond indebtedness. Essentially, there's no action on that, simply to read that has been accepted already and fully executed.
Right.
So resolution 2016-018, board resolution to approve bond indebtedness has now been read into the record. It has already been enacted during one of the special meetings that we held. So it is now in record. Which brings us now to new business. Our first order of new business is resolution 26021, and that's to adopt the 2025 LLA audit. And basically, essentially the resolution, Board of Commissioners of St. Tammany Protection District relating to the adoption of the 2025 LLA audit. Whereas the board finds it is in the best interest of the districts, its employees, its citizens, and taxpayers to implement a program and procedure to adopt the 2025 Louisiana Legislative Auditor. I will mention that there was no deficiencies found.
I'm very pleased.
Does anybody had an opportunity to have it been sent out? I know I've gotten a copy of
Yeah, I
it.
got
Would
one.
anybody like to see it?
I reviewed it.
Yeah.
You, it's been made available. All right, fair enough. All right, so I need a motion to accept the resolution 2026-21.
Mike Ricks, I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Adam Jacks.
Adam Jackson seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote. All in favor of accepting 2026-21, say aye. Any opposed? I hear none. The next up is for resolution 2026-22. And it's to adopt the 2025 statewide LLA AUP audit, resolution of the Board of Commissioners, St. Tammany Protection District 3, relating to the adoption of 2025 state LLA AUP audit. Whereas the board finds it is in the best interest of the district, its employees, citizens, taxpayers to implement a program procedure to adopt 2025 Legislative Auditor LLA statewide agreed upon procedures, the UAP audit. And essentially what this is, it's a summary that we are acknowledging that we have reviewed and accepted the CPA's findings as well as the procedures regarding the audit. And again, there's, it goes right into the previous with the audit. We have no decisions, no violations anywhere. So we'll need a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept
That's Mr. Raymond.
resolution 2026-022.
Do we have a second?
Leo Anthony, second.
Any discussion? I hear none. All in favor of accepting 2026-22, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. All right. This is concerning the chief's evaluation and the 2025 annual review. Some thoughts that I have. Since we are 6 months into 2026, should the chief's assessment only cover this year? So what we've agreed upon in the past is the form to evaluate the chief in his 2025 year. It's been 6 months ago. Is that, are we doing justice by doing the chief's evaluation today for the work he did 6 months ago? I believe it would be better to align the chief's evaluations to this year. Have him be evaluated at the end of the year, complete his evaluation for the work that he's done for 2026. Instead of waiting to 2027 to look to see what he did in 2026.
Yeah,
So it's lagging for a year, and I don't know that's fair. I think we tend to forget a lot of things, both good and bad. So I think we keep it current. So what I would recommend is that we do an evaluation on him now, right, and call it an interim at 6 months into it,
Yeah.
and schedule it to be completed the end of the year, possibly present the chief the findings in our February meeting.
And typically, we would release the second or completion in January for a February report.
Yeah. So we could.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so, I've also suggested, or like to suggest that the vice chair be the person who is responsible for coordinating and presenting the chief's evaluation. I've already spoken with Mr. Ricks. Mr. Ricks has, he has concurred with the idea. And, I think he would do an excellent job.
So we have already approved the current form,
Yes,
the chief's evaluation form.
Yeah.
So that's done.
that is done.
So we'll use that again. I'll send it out to all board members again and say December.
And this would be, so we would do one for an interim
Mhm.
and then do a final?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, didn't we already accept the ones that were supposed to be for 2025?
The only one who did it was you.
Okay, we should probably have to choose.
So before approval, what I'll recommend is I will modify just the footer of the existing one and say it is from 1/1 to 6/30/2026. And then the final would be basically the 7/1 through 12/31 that we would do in January. And I'll get that to Teresa and re-release that.
That would be wonderful. Then one other piece of it. Now, we shouldn't lose the work that he has done in 2025.
Mhm.
I believe that needs to be captured.
Yes.
He came in, he did a lot of hard work, and I think that needs to go in his, what they call the dossier. I think those are his file.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should you be opposed to doing that as well?
No.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
I don't believe we need any motions for this.
No.
Do you? No. All right. Any other thoughts concerning it? No.
No.
All right, so we move on. So Mr. Wodninski has got some information concerning the Act 514. And I think I've sent it to everybody in email. If not, I could probably hustle you up a copy. It's not in their packets, I don't guess, I might. I don't think it is.
I'll email it out to you, but in short, the Louisiana legislature passed Act 514, which is a extension of the homestead limits for senior freezes. So there's a tiered follow through grace period. So from age 65 to age 81, the homestead extension, which is currently 75,000, will add an additional 300,000 to that. So the maximum cap, if you're 81 or older, is $375,000. So if you look at the first bracket, it's 65 to 69. It's 60,000 increase. 69 to 73 is an extra 120,000. And then 73 to 77 is 180,000. 77 to 81 is 240,000. And 81 and thereafter is 300,000, which is on top of the 75,000 that's already there. So it's a pretty big extension. The reason we'll bring that up is it's a November vote. The assessors put out a very quick text response saying that there are approximately 40,000 citizens in St. Tammany Parish that are subject to the senior freeze right now, that this impact to taxing bodies that live by ad valorem tax could be 8 to 10%. So you're a $3.2 million budget. In ad valorem, if you look at a 10% hit, it's $320,000. So if this meets with voter approval, I don't know why it would not. Then we need to plan for 2028 operations that could have a potential impact of this extended senior freeze. The other concern is that as these age bands hit and additional homestead limits are put on there, that 8 to 10% could grow to a higher value down the road. So one of the things we discussed, which came up as part of the bond conversation, is we have some ripples in the water that may affect our revenue forecast going forward. One, if the assessor is right, which I think everybody has an opinion on that, that 8 to 10% could be a material impact.
Yes. Yeah.
So unless a large party comes out against it, like a school board or something of that nature, that probably could not take a $10 million plus. If you put it in terms of inventory, the inventory hit to this district was about $600,000 principally to folders. This hit could be about $300,000. If you look at District 1, the inventory hit for them was about 1.4 million. This is estimated to be about a $3.1 million impact to District 1. Obviously, they have a $30 million budget. So if it is approved, when you levy your 27 levy for your 28 operations, that's when you would see the decrease. I think it's serious enough that we need to just be on the horizon and just be made aware of it, that it could be a potential impact.
That's it.
So all taxing bodies that don't receive sales tax will be impacted by this act.
So a couple of things that I know about this House bill. Since it is a constitutional amendment, it has to pass by 2/3 vote approval.
Correct.
So, so that's going to be the say of the state, right?
And on the last ballot, everything failed.
Everything failed.
Yeah.
It kind of, really, it's just going to, how they write this thing up.
There is one statement in the fourth paragraph, it says that who qualifies for the special assessment level, each parish sets a income threshold for special assessment. The current threshold is 102,700 for St. Tammany Parish. So if you are a senior that would qualify, but you have an income that exceeds that $102,700, you would not qualify for this additional amount.
That's the same threshold that's on the current senior freeze anyway.
Correct.
So essentially, whoever's on senior freeze will qualify.
Will qualify. So,
So one of the things that we've asked other departments is to reach out to the assessor, ask him for a hard count of how many senior freezes you have in your district. If they automatically get the first tier, which is the extra $60,000, we can back into the math of what that impact would be, so that you've got more of a ballpark number of what the true impact would be for the district. Then the second question is, how many are subject to this income limit that would not qualify for that? So, and we don't know what the assessor is doing on an annual basis to check senior freezes against that income limit, but I would imagine, look,
That's, we conclude household or individual.
I think it's the household income.
Okay.
But it is AGI, it's adjusted gross income. So
Correct.
It's not gonna count all of your income, it's gonna count, So it's pretty high threshold, like, I mean, there's a lot of people above.
Yes.
Anybody who goes on senior freeze is qualified. I mean, there's no change.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we can get some ballpark numbers just going into this by requesting, and I think most of the taxing authorities are going to request this type of core information from the assessor as we get closer to the November election.
so it's going to be on the November ballot. The other thing I thought was interesting is that even if it passes statewide, it could only take effect in parishes where the majority of the voters approved it.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's another little twist to it, but of course, it goes back to how they write it. There was something in that last election that should have passed. Was it the inventory tax?
Yes.
Yeah.
The inventory tax, it should have passed, and it failed.
Yeah.
Because they let off with some words that,
The way they tend to phrase them is in the negative.
yeah,
To win, it's in a negative format, so their wording has been terrible for a very long time.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
if people understand it, I suspect it will get the vote.
yeah, I think that's suspect as well.
I don't know how many people would want to have their name attached to a, not assisting the seniors of.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
So
This should be a landslide.
it should be a landslide, and it's good that it's brought up, because that gives us time to prepare.
Maybe they would put an exemption in there just for, with the exceptions of emergency services or something.
I don't think that ships on sale. Ships on sale, it's,
I mean, this sailed through the legislature and the Senate with no opposition.
nope,
It's already been signed by the governor to go to the ballot, so unless you have a major taxing authority, sheriff, school board, something like that came out against it, but Again,
Yeah.
this is guaranteed reelection for politicians.
100%. I'm just, one more time, you said it was approximately, over the rough numbers, a liability of about 300,000 to the.
It adds up to 300,000 on top of the 75,000 of senior freeze.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mention something as of
Thank you for doing
the
that.
impact to?
The assessor said 8 to 10% in a quick text response to this bill. So I'd like for him to clarify what 8 to 10% means to this district.
I see what you
So he just said, across all taxing authorities expect 8 to 10%,
understood.
but
So if the entire parish is average, then you are looking at somewhere around $300,000.
correct.
Lost 320, I think is the number that was thrown out earlier. That's assuming the age disparity is consistent throughout the parish. If we have a higher population of women, 6 people here, then our impact's gonna be 12% and somebody else can be.
I do know that Madisonville was at their meeting last night. Their impact was roughly 21% of their citizens who would qualify for this.
So, just so that we're not duplicating the work, are you gonna be finding out the numbers from the assessor? Or are you,
Well, I'm gonna
you want us to do it?
Pretty much we're drafting a statement for the chief to send to the assessor.
All right, so that's all I need.
And basically it's, yes.
Okay, that's all I need.
Now,
Just-
him responding to that request is a different story, but we will at least.
Well, if he doesn't, that's my area of expertise. All right,
That's all I have.
okay, anything else on it? No. So now we come to the new agenda item, and that was to take a look at a request for financial assistance. And I'll give you these. I don't think these were sent out.
This is in addition to what you sent out?
This is, special one then. So don't want to, read the guy's name out. It is the only one we'll have to deal with tonight, so it makes, discussion easy. So a little background on it. This individual received a notice, based upon the mail outs that we did. So he owes back ambulance. I can't tell you when the event occurred. I'm wanting to say this was probably Corona's batch. So this is relatively new. This falls into the Corona's, anything over 180 day. We got it back. The individual filled out the application, but did not include anything to support his claim that he needed financial assistance. If memory serves me right, I sent out 6. Yeah, I got back 6. And I sent letters back to him saying that you need to provide some background information to help us make a decision. Of that half dozen, I got 1. This man right here. So you've got the information that I received back. You could take a minute and then we'll discuss it and decide what it is we want to do. Put some money up. Payments the day we take delivery.
All right.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
what he owes is a balance of $185.
So there was no,
Had he made any payments at all? Do we know if he made any payments at all?
There was a significant payment. This was just a balance that he owed. This is probably what got paid. This is probably a balance off of his insurance.
Okay. But I mean.
but he did not provide any documentation as to why he needs the, do I have that correct?
When we first sent it out, the only thing that came back was this page. If the whole thing came back. Now he essentially has shown that his monthly income is 2211. So that's what he gets. I guess he's trying to demonstrate that he's
He's on fixed income.
yeah, he's on a fixed income. Let's see. He gets 2413. Out of that, they deduct $200 for his medical insurance premiums, which leaves him 2211 to live on
Right.
for the month.
Okay.
And is it after there's some more deductions? I see it comes all the way down to a balance. He gets, after another insurance premium that's paid, he gets 2163. So that's what his monthly income is.
Well, I don't know if I'm, it looks like he got an increase in his social security, which is what the top number is. So the top number is the number. Um,
Mr. James,
pardon me?
can you turn that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
What was the intention of this would be to have people support the reasoning for the relief. Is that correct?
I don't understand, have the people to support.
So for example, if somebody receives one of these letters, the response to us ought to be something that is an example of why they need the relief,
Yes,
not just this is how much money I make.
that would be the supporting. There is a comment on there, note sources of the income listed. Steve gave him a list of things to support his income. He doesn't say no. So he doesn't say I'm broke. He doesn't say anything. He says his name, that he's divorced, and he shows that his Social Security income is $2,400, and he's asking for assistance for the 185.
So has he satisfied the requirements that we asked?
That is a determination the board has to make tonight.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm sitting on the fence here, every time, we get a patient that, insurance pays a certain portion and the deductible every time is gonna, whatever's left over is gonna, they're gonna ask for financial assistance. I mean, $180 is not a whole lot of money. Even with that income, if you paid $30 a month for 6 months, it's over with. I don't see a great need here. He's not giving me evidence that he's in financial dire. I'm kind of leaning towards saying,
I look at this type of collection as it is fair to people that are paying taxes, right? So as far as I can look, if it were $1, if you can pay that dollar, it's fair for you to pay it as opposed to everybody else that's paying taxes having to support that. That would be my impression. And if you're going to ask for relief, my what would satisfy me? Yes, I earn $20 or $2,000 a month. Perhaps you could show me that you're paying, $1,000 for rent, or perhaps you could show me, if you could provide a little bit more to me, that it would show me that you are in need of the relief, that I would be more inclined to offer.
right, I'm with you on that. This is incomplete information here.
I don't feel this satisfies the.
The comment I would make is, this would be the first decision that proverbially establishes a watermark for the department.
I don't disagree.
That's what
So
I'm thinking.
I'm not advocating for or against, I'm just advocating that it'll set a watermark for the department. So whatever you determine today, you've now established a template going forward.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that you be fair and consistent with that template on a go-forward basis.
I agree.
Agree.
So, I'm gonna respectfully decline this.
Oh, well, we'll put it in a
And,
form of a
yeah, I
motion.
would, that's my,
And if we're gonna make it fair to everyone, we have to suggest a percentage.
I think you have several options. One, you can completely decline it.
Mhm.
Or you could go back and say, we'll offer you a payment plan of $30 a month for 6 months as a way to satisfy this obligation. So I think you have the latitude to make either one of those or some combination of decision like that, where he may not have to pay a lump sum, but pay it over a period of time. And I think you take in consideration, even though I agree with you, you have incomplete information, you're still making some reasonable accommodation to collect the money, probably in a punitive stance for the employee or for that member.
yeah, we're looking at, hardship here. We're looking to forgive debt when there's a serious hardship. I don't see that yet. And I agree with Mark, that we got to establish a precedent here. I'm thinking in my mind, this appears, okay, insurance paid this much, this is what's left over. And are we gonna forgive everybody's, deductible?
That's the one
that
what
the
you're
insurance
saying.
company- Yeah, I don't establish that now.
Yeah.
It's too early for that.
Mr. Leo, it looked like you wanted to say something.
I agree with what he's saying.
But I think
We can run that off the hook.
old money, if you owe money for years, it's a lot harder to pay old money back as recent money. And so you're looking at people who owe you for 2 or 3 months. It's easier for them to maybe come up with that money than a year.
Or he could have been forthcoming and said, would you accept $30 a month for 6 months as part of my?
The,
Go back with the counter offer, go back with the
Correct.
offer.
The date of the event where the ambulance transport was 11/24/24.
So less than 2 years.
I mean, I don't know how inclined I would be to want to set up a payment type of plan, because with that will also come work
Yeah.
and administrative costs, even if it's not upfront cost, it would certainly be for manpower costs to manage. I'm not sure. I mean, we could discuss that. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't get into that. The way this will work out now, if it is declined and it goes to the state.
It was a state, that's what I
The
was about to
state will
say.
set up payment
Yeah,
plans. They'll run that book for us.
Yeah, okay.
Do we want to entertain the ability to provide more information?
I get, if we do that, then I would have to know what information would satisfy this board.
Mhm.
And it would have to, we would have to come up with that before I even attempt to do. So it would have to be something where these are the things that we want to know. And I need a list. I don't mind doing it, but this is an action of the board, so you guys would have to tell me. I want to see your rent. I want to see your house note. I want to see your grocery bill. I want to see your fuel bill. I want to see whatever it is that you're gonna see, or we gotta see, in order to make these decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's reasonable.
The other consideration there is how many times will you entertain an application? Because if it's just I didn't make it this time, I get to reapply next month because I'll give you more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
There
already-
is there's a point where that becomes what you do for an hour and a half every month.
Yeah.
And
And you want to entertain someone 6 times when they couldn't get it right the first time?
Absolutely not. No, but are we asking appropriately today? That's the question. Like if this amount of information is like, I don't know what's outlined. When we request information for this,
So on there, it asks the sources of income,
Uh-huh.
other pertinent information, list any other information that you feel may influence the decision regarding your account. And then it's got a notice, the source of the income listed and attached income documentations, examples, give some examples. Pay stubs, income tax, letters from the employers, VA, Social Security, workers' comp awards, verification of child support through copy of a decree or actual checks.
Okay, so apparently it's just,
Well, it says other pertinent information, which I think would bring in the rent, groceries, fuel, things of that, car notes, things of that nature.
is that asking for people to interpret too much? Or
Potentially, yes.
I would imagine it would.
I mean, you're,
So it appears that what we want is just income related, not expense related.
Yeah.
And that could be a failure on our end for not having that within the paperwork. I don't know.
Okay, so there is something on the form here, it says other pertinent information. It says, list any other information that you may feel influence a decision regarding your account. They had the opportunity to write down what the hardship was.
Anything you want.
Yeah. So it gave us no reason for a hardship.
I would be opposed to generating a shopping list of the things that we will accept, because that will always be a moving target.
Yeah.
What about this? What about?
You know, I think this is sufficient.
my
right?
concern is that this could be potentially subject to a public records request because it is presented at a board meeting where someone could come in and say, give me everything from Joe Smith that you received for that forgiveness.
Mhm.
I don't think you would want that information out.
Okay,
But yeah, this is totally private information, so it wouldn't be dispersed to the public necessarily.
This is covered in a public board meeting, so I
Yes.
think you have some element of exposure there.
We could didact the name product.
Correct.
We
Yeah.
could do some redaction.
But I think your core question is, in a watermark, how many times you willing to go back and ask for additional information?
Yeah.
What satisfies that additional information request? But again, I would have hoped someone would have put a narrative out there and said, hey, I want to fix income X, Y, and Z, affect that. I'm asking for a payment plan or something of that magnitude. I think your point of, do we want to get into the lending business and have it, set up recovery is for $180 is a,
We're not set up for that.
Yeah.
you know.
no, of course not. No, but perhaps this is what I'm saying as clearly as I can describe it. If the paper said list expenses, that would trigger somebody to put what their expenses for the month might be. If it says list pertinent information, a lot of people wouldn't recognize that as this isn't where I need to list my expenses.
Sure.
I would not want to entertain, let me be very clear, I would not want to entertain a back and forth type of thing. But what I would like to do, if possible, if it makes sense, to give somebody the opportunity to defend their position for relief before we send it to the state. Now, is there also another place where it says if you request or, make a request when they receive the letter, make a request for a payment plan at which you can put what you are willing to, what you can afford, what you give me the opportunity. I don't know if we want to even entertain payment plans. Again, these are things that.
So there's a couple things in that. So I think one thing is it's already in a billing stage. So there's a billing company that is already communicating with the individual at this point who will accept payment plans, as I understand it.
It's
So
correct.
They will continue to accept it.
Yeah, so if this individual calls the billing company right now today,
So it has nothing to do
the
with it.
billing company will set up a payment plan according to some module.
Okay.
Well, they failed to do that. So this account went over 180 days. The Coronas tried to recover this money and made the attempt, right? Made multiple attempts over a period of 180 days.
Mhm.
We took the account from Coronas and we by law, working with the ODR, have to send out 2 letters. 60-day notice and a 30-day notice. The 60-day notice letter triggered this. Okay, so the harsh words, it's gonna be turned over to the office, to the state, trigger this. He had ample opportunity to have a negotiation or a discussion with Coronas.
Mhm.
He had since 11/24 of 24 to work that. He could have very easily called this department and said, I'm struggling. I could take $1 a month. All those things were there. What's triggered this is the 11th hour. I'm getting ready to be turned over to the state, and now I'm looking for forgiveness.
Well,
Which
ODR set
gets
up
me
a-
to sort of my second point from the commissioner's point is you at some point, the board has to determine what its philosophy is and what its definition of hardship is. So in many cases, government entities say hardship is an income threshold, which is sort of the way the letter has been set up as it was read tonight. Tell me about your income, and then it says, tell me about all your income, child support, all these sorts of things. And then it says anything else that you that you find may be relevant. To Commissioner's point, I don't hear anywhere in the letter in which it says our decision is also based on your expenses compared to your income. So you could say our decision is solely going to be based on it, at which point you're going to set up a black line. If you make less than $2,200, then
What is that?
qualifies. Then that qualifies because this gentleman makes $2,200, as I understand. So whatever, if it is a combination of your income versus your expenses, because $2,200, somebody who doesn't have a mortgage, somebody is very different than somebody who is still paying a mortgage. And so if you're going to consider expenses, I don't think it's overly detrimental or a burden in the letter to say, because we write the letter, right? We can tweak the letter going forward, right? To say hardship includes the comparison of your income versus your expenses. Provide us all the information you think will help us make our decision. And don't give them an idea as to that's their determination as to what their expenses.
Yes.
He's right. Now, what is going to be the criteria that you're going to be able to repeat? Person to person to person that justifies that's a hardship. I mean, there are algorithms out there. You can see there's the national, I've looked at it, the nationals, something that determines poverty. That would have to be our adopted standard. We don't have it. So whatever we do, if we start getting in reams of information about people's personal business, how do we apply it consistently?
Will ODR set up a payment plan for them?
Yeah.
So could we maybe, as one response, say that we would, on your behalf, contact ODR and request that they set up a reasonable payment plan for you to
We
cover
don't
these
need to do
expenses?
that. He has to communicate with the ODR and say, I can afford $2 a month. The ODR will take the $2.
But I think one of the options maybe is to respond by letter from the district and say, we have verified that ODR will work with you to
I can do that.
establish a payment plan. Please
Contact
contact
the
me.
ODR.
And that way you've not set a watermark. You've allowed him to continue negotiations with ODR.
Yeah.
And then you're not in the billing and collection business from that standpoint.
Yeah, and I would want to avoid being in that business at all
Yes.
costs.
I mean, it's looked like with 160 days, $3 a day, we pay $180.
But if you,
I'm just looking at it also conversely. If we inverse what we're talking about, I can tell you now that if this is all the information that I ever get, I'm going to reject them all. So what is the point of, is it simply procedural? Because we have to go through this, and if it's such the case, and if I know that, then I'm okay. I'll just no. Because I will never be able to make a determination on that information.
What's quite interesting is that
And it's not going to the IRS and those people. necessarily.
No, what I find is interesting is that hadn't been that long ago, we were very adamant that we have the ability to do financial assistance.
Yeah.
And this letter and all this stuff is what we agreed on,
Yes.
you know. Uh,
I didn't think it would be like that, though. I
no,
Yeah, until you get your first response, you don't know.
I thought I'd be able to make an informed decision, and I can't. So, and because I can't, I'm just gonna have to reject them all.
absolutely.
In response to that, that was before we decided to turn everything over to the eye for the eye. You know, I mean, when we were still dealing with Corona.
This form has been around even before the Office of Debt Collection.
Yeah, we didn't create it.
And this is a 2-year-old debt, so
Yes.
24, so it's a,
So here we are. So well, you need a motion of some sort. Yeah, or reject.
so the letter that we sent is concrete. So we don't revise that.
I think you can always revise the letter. You can always ask for expenses. You could say pertinent information, i.e. household expenses, car notes, things of that nature, to give them an example where for those that may not understand that verbiage, you're giving them some additional clarity.
Yeah.
To me, I think, because this is your first watermark event, if this was an $18,000 amount versus $180 amount, then you would have probably a different feeling for that, but probably that person would put a lot more information together for you. Because ODR will negotiate with this individual and future individuals on your behalf, is a pertinent response of, we will contact ODR and request that they work out a
So
repayment plan.
that I can do.
Yeah.
So let's do this, if you guys don't mind. Let's deal with this tonight. Yeah, I need a motion to deal with it. But then I would suggest that people that might be interested in developing how this is going to work, be applied consistently over and over and over, the threshold of poverty, or whatever it might be. I would accept that, a couple of members of the board get together and iron that out, and then we'll vote on, that, being in that business, I guess.
So what we're talking about getting together to modify the.
So we need to deal with this man tonight.
Right.
And so after that, it won't even be a vote. I just, a couple of guys want to take on the work of how are we going to apply this consistently?
Right.
And that would be wonderful. And then the folks could come back and present it to the board, and the board would vote on it. So let's do 2 pieces. I need a motion to deal with this tonight. One way or the other, accept or reject.
I motion, Adam Jack's motions to deal with this evening.
To accept or reject the,
To reject.
okay,
To reject, you making a motion to
Yeah.
reject this application.
I'll need a second to reject the application.
Good job, good job.
All right, so Mr. Raymond says he seconds the motion to, so any further discussion on rejecting this application?
Okay.
All in favor of rejecting this application, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the assistance, the request for assistance fails.
So that will be a record keeping resolution as 023.
Okay, now, second part. Do we have any volunteers, maybe 2 board members, that would be willing to go ahead and pull together the new letter and procedure to make the determination for future application?
I would be willing to.
You,
I would be willing to.
all right, so Mr. Rick said,
Come up with a solution.
okay.
Sure. I'm in.
Alan?
Yeah.
All right, so we got the 2.
Okay.
When could we, expect, next meeting?
Next meeting?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Would you guys be available to walk us through some of this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanna.
All right, so
So I'll do a resolution to establish the committee.
do you want to do resolution? I don't know that we need it, but,
Well, we'll just save it for accepting the recommendations as a resolution at the
Yeah,
next
I don't
board
think we
meeting.
need
Okay.
the documents that these two guys for the jump like grenade.
Just the two board members, so we're not working with a forum.
Yeah,
Yeah, how many people owe money is the question.
how many people owe money? We have, two. 40, about 600 people. Yeah. Of all the letters,
Well stated.
of all the letters that we have, we have got, like I said, 6 of these.
So we buy stamps.
Here we will. I just bought, another $150 of stamps today to get the final mailing, the final. And then after that, whatever doesn't get cleaned up goes to the state. And then the only thing left is twice a year, we're gonna pull from Coronas and send those out.
Okay.
Do new batches.
Oh, okay. My wife has been licking envelopes.
Wow.
Yes, she has. Debbie's been, Mr. Steele got this in a situation where we could work it. He's done a lot of groundwork,
So
but, she had
we're
been,
not responding to this.
we are responding. The response is gonna be to that individual. I'm gonna send him a letter
Okay.
saying that his application for assistance has been rejected and that he could work out a payment plan with the Office of Debt Recovery.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. That's it. Any motion to adjourn?
Mike Ricks makes the motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No? Good night, everybody.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Oh, I don't think so.
Can I get your number?
Yeah, 318
AG.
426 335.